We live in an era where we assume we have it all figured out. We have mapped the globe from orbit, sequenced the human genome, and built machines that process billions of calculations per second. Yet, hiding in the wreckage of a sunken Greek ship, divers found something that fractures our modern timeline of human progress. A 2,000-year-old device that simply should not exist. This is the Antikythera mechanism. For decades, archaeologists assumed it was a rusted lump of bronze. But when scientists finally looked inside, using high-resolution 3D scanning and X-ray imaging, they found 37 interlocking metal gears. It was an analog computer. It could calculate the movement of the sun, moon, and planets, predict eclipses, and track celestial events centuries before anyone had the precision tools to cut metal teeth like these. The Antikythera mechanism is a warning sign. Scattered across the globe are historical anomalies, artifacts, and structures that our most powerful modern scientific tools are entirely failing to explain. Take the Voynich manuscript. Radiocarbon dating places its creation between the years 1400 and 1440, making it over 6 centuries old. Inside its 240 pages, you find illustrations of plants that do not match any known biology on Earth, strange astrological charts, and an entirely unknown script. The text does not correspond to any human language or cultural civilization ever recorded. Modern codebreakers, cryptographers, and even advanced artificial intelligence algorithms have attempted to decode these symbols. All of them have completely failed to decipher a single page. We are left with a stark reality. Either this manuscript holds the records of a completely lost branch of human civilization, or its author possessed a level of cryptographic genius that surpasses 21st century supercomputers. When we shift from cryptography to physical engineering, the gaps in our knowledge become massive. The Great Pyramid of Giza was built roughly 4,500 years ago, with a level of structural precision that still baffles modern architects. In 2017, a project called Scan Pyramids analyzed the structure using muon radiography. Muon radiography is a cosmic ray imaging technique that tracks high-energy particles to detect hidden empty spaces inside dense, solid walls. The scans revealed a massive hidden void deep inside Khufu's pyramid, roughly the length of a commercial airplane. Particle physics proves the chamber is there, but modern engineers cannot safely access it or explain its architectural purpose. We have the technology to see through the stone, but we lack the understanding of why the ancient Egyptians built it. We see similar logistical impossibilities on Easter Island. Here, an ancient population carved and transported enormous stone statues known as moai. For centuries, people assumed these were large heads resting on the dirt, but when archaeologists finally dug down, they uncovered a startling reality. The statues have massive, full-body torsos buried deep underground. Some of these figures weigh up to 80 tons. Even after conducting practical experiments with ropes and wooden logs, today's engineers struggle to replicate how an ancient island population moved these colossal stones kilometers across the landscape using primitive tools. These ancient builders clearly possessed systems of mechanical leverage and logistical coordination that our current engineering simulations cannot recreate. Sometimes, the mysteries are not about weight, but about perspective. In the Nazca Desert of Peru, ancient people carved massive designs into the reddish-brown earth. To anyone walking on the ground, these lines look like random, shallow trenches. It took the invention of the airplane in the 1930s for humanity to realize what was actually there. From the sky, the trenches align perfectly to form massive geometric shapes and intricate animal figures. A civilization operating between 200 BCE and 600 CE managed to map out and execute perfectly proportioned, giant designs spanning thousands of feet, without any aerial technology to guide their construction. While the Nazca lines show an impossible mastery of spatial awareness, the Bermuda Triangle represents a zone where our modern navigational technology completely fails. In 1945, a group of 5 American Navy bombers, known as Flight 19, lost their compass bearings and vanished without a trace. The scale of the disappearances goes far beyond small planes. Massive naval vessels, like the USS Cyclops, carrying over 300 people, have vanished entirely without sending a single SOS signal or leaving a piece of wreckage behind. Researchers point to intense magnetic field disturbances that break compasses, or sudden bursts of highly dense methane gas from the ocean floor that can sink ships instantly. Yet, no single scientific theory accounts for the sheer volume of missing vessels. Both the precision of the Nazca lines and the blank spots of the Bermuda Triangle represent geographic zones where our understanding of spatial geometry and planetary physics remains entirely inadequate. Then there are anomalies that challenge our grasp of biology and energy. The Shroud of Turin is a controversial relic. While carbon dating in 1988 suggested it was a medieval forgery, modern researchers argue that contamination skewed the results, keeping the debate intensely alive. The artifact itself contains a faint, perfectly proportioned, high-contrast photographic negative of a man covered in crucifixion wounds. The scientific mystery lies in the image's creation. Experts analyzing the fibers suggest the imprint was likely formed by an intense, instantaneous burst of light radiation. It is a process that is impossible to replicate naturally, or with any tools available in the medieval era. The shroud represents a physical energy event that currently defies the established laws of biological and physical science. We point our most advanced artificial intelligence, our cosmic ray scanners, and our complex physics models at these artifacts, and we still come up empty. This timeline shows human history not as a straight, continuous line of progress, but as a fractured record. It is broken by massive, unexplained gaps where highly advanced knowledge was somehow achieved, utilized, and then completely lost. True scientific pursuit requires the humility to look at a 2,000-year-old computer or a perfectly carved 80-ton statue and accept that our current understanding of reality is vastly incomplete. We spend billions looking outward for the next great leap in knowledge, but the greatest discoveries of our own future might simply be uncovering the forgotten science of our past.